few questions about your book,
What's the book?
called The Latchkey.
That sounds good, George. I'm glad to answer any questions you have.
Okay, the first one is this book based on a true story?
Not a true story. It's definitely fiction, but my thoughts from growing up, my memories and my experiences, and then experiences with having three sons and their friends gave me the ideas I needed to write the story.
Okay, interesting. Um, did you move a lot as a child like Alex did in the book?
I was glad I didn't. No, for the most part of my childhood, all the way up through my teenage years, we lived in a small town. And again, living in a small town, I was able to draw a lot of my good memories to be able to write this kind of a story.
Yeah. Um, did you have a secret room in your house like Alex did in the book? Like
No,
any
I
kind
sure
of
wish, I
secret?
really wish I would have, though. I'd have loved that. I will say though that ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted a tree house, and that would have been my little secret hideaway place.
Yeah. Is Kick the Can a real game?
Most definitely, yes. And it was a great fun game that we played as a kid in a small town so often, so many times. We would play it like at night after school. And then my three sons all played it when they were kids too.
If so, I mean, how do you play it?
I went into a good bit of detail on how to play it in my book in chapter
Yeah,
one, I believe.
it did. I read.
Um, it's kind of like hide and seek, but it's better because there's a little bit more involved. The whole point of it is you've got a person that's it, and then you have hiders. So there could have been a group of five of my friends, and the person that's it has to find everybody. But somebody kicks a can out of a circle,
And then they have to go put it back in the circle.
and
Like,
then they go finding people.
like,
And as soon as you're tagged, you're sent to what they call jail, and that's an area by the can. But anybody who's hiding while the it person is out looking for people can run in and kick the can again and free all the people that he just found.
oh, yeah,
Yeah, that's where it gets fun.
yeah, that sounds fun. Um, did you ever like go missing like Alex did, like when he went into the internet, kind of?
No, no, that really came out of my mind. That would be extremely scary for that to
Yeah,
happen. No, I never went missing as a child.
yeah. I wasn't expecting, yeah, but
No, that would be really scary.
yeah. Um, so in when like they were on the internet and Pete like he kind of like froze and started walking at them. How
Okay,
scared were the boys and that like
are you talking about Pete walking, or are you talking about when John, the orphan, was walking towards the
no, it
boys?
was it said Pete. It was like
Pete Pete was one of the kids that got abducted in the internet.
yeah. Also it was
Oh,
probably John then.
John. So Pete was scared to death. I mean, if you really think of it, what they saw walking towards them were ghosts.
Oh,
So
okay,
they were all scared. If
yeah.
you've ever seen a ghost, you'd be pretty scared.
Yeah. Um do the boys who escaped from the orphanage have names?
They
Uh,
do. They do. John was the one that kind of
Yeah.
took the lead there.
Like the
Um,
last sentence, I'm not Alex, I'm John.
yep. So he was one that was kind of like the leader, I would say.
Yeah.
The other names of the orphans were Jason and Paul.
And then Paul. Ooh. Okay. What was Officer Jenkins feeling when they saw the bodies in the grave? Like when they first saw the orphans.
In the graves.
Yeah.
He was shocked. And at that point, he knew for sure that the boys weren't playing a trick, that they were serious about this. Because finding the graves gave him the proof that he needed, that they were telling the truth. And then
Yeah.
he also was scared because he knew they were really in danger because they're in a place that he didn't know how he was going to be able to get them back from.
Yeah. Um. Um. What did Alex's dad think when he learned that his dad killed the boys?
Okay, so that again, he was shocked.
Yeah.
Then he was very, very sad and
Yeah.
angry, but he also knew that he had to get his dad to confess to doing that murder in order for him to get Alex home.
Yeah.
So he, at that point too, you saw read in the book where he found out that his dad was very ill, very
Yeah.
sick, and he hadn't known that. So he ended up forgiving him for doing what he did, but he also gave him the chance to save Alex by confessing to the police that he had done it.
Yeah. And I think I have two more. What was Alex's mom feeling when she figured out her son was in the internet? Like, I mean, that should have been farther up, but I wrote that earlier because I thought of it earlier on in the book. Like later in the,
Well,
I was like,
um, yeah, give me that question. Read that one to me again, George.
what was Alex's mom feeling when she figured out her son was in the internet?
Okay, totally, totally, totally confused. Think about it. If your mom found out that you were stuck in the internet, your mom would
Yeah.
be thinking, oh my gosh, what do we do? How do we get him home? Where is he? So
Yeah.
I would say totally confused, but then also really, really, really scared about it.
Yeah. And last one I have is how happy was Alex's mom when she got everyone back, when they got everyone back? Or like how happy was everyone when they got everyone back?
Everybody was totally, totally thrilled and grateful. And it was
Yeah.
kind of like I think the parents all were able to take a deep breath and go, oh. But if you notice the ending,
What
when
do you mean?
Alex's mom said, Alex, it's mom, and he said, my name is not Alex, my name is John. That meant Alex might have come back there physically, but
But not mentally.
not mentally. So there's a couple of ways that that could have ended.
Yeah.
Um, there's a couple of different ways. Alex could have been traumatized by the whole experience and just, oh, like, oh my gosh, I don't even know who I am anymore. Or John's spirit could have
Is it
gone into Alex's body.
yeah.
The
So
other thought, George, is that maybe, perhaps, not saying for sure, this was all a dream.
oh that
Oh, it's a big O, isn't it?
yeah.
It's a big O. But I did leave the ending open for the readers to think about what happened to Alex because I do want to write a sequel to the book, and it
Cool.
might be called Saving Alex.
Oh, that was very. That's a good breaking news.
So you enjoyed the book?
Yeah, I did.
What was one of your favorite parts? Or what was something yeah, what was one of your favorite parts?
My favorite part was when like when everyone started like getting like it was like everyone started getting confused about like wait, they're on the internet or like what's happening closer to the end. It was like I like that part. It was like so they're in the internet but it like that can't be possible and then yeah, when everyone started getting confused. I like that part.
And yep, and that's where the fantasy comes into play on this. You know, like
Yeah.
how you could have a dream and say, "Whew, that didn't even make sense." That
Yeah.
kind of a thing there.
I
Did you
also like I
go
also
ahead?
like I also like the last page reading that whole down and then getting like confused at the end. Like I'm not Alex, I'm John. I like that page too.
You like that page too. Did you find the book easy to read, that you wanted to keep reading more to see what was going to happen?
Yeah, I wanted to see what was gonna happen after that.
What was
Something.
going to happen? And you could relate to the stuff that young boys do a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what a lot of readers have said. They could just relate to those fun things that they do.
yeah. Like kick the can and
You
stuff.
that's something you can play in your neighborhood with the kids. That's a great, great game to play.
Yeah. Well,
Any,
oh, keep going.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, that was all the questions I have.
Okay. And you're going to present this to your class then.
Yeah.
You know what I would love? A copy of this video.
Copy? Okay.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.